Drivetime with Mark Denholm.
Hello, this is Mark Denholm from Atom Radio's Drivetime. It's episode 82 of the Drivetime podcast, and I do hope that you are all keeping well and healthy and safe. Stay home is the important message. Virtually all around the globe at the moment, stay home and keep you and your loved ones, and indeed strangers, safe. That is the important thing to say here. In episode 82 of the podcast, I am perplexed by something on social media. We have some improvisation for lockdown, showbiz names. You know, like some people have fantastic showbiz names and that. We'll also talk about stupidity at the very top of the UK government. Also, something that I think should have been put on the table for lockdown, something we could have joined in with, and also solving the cancellation of a NAF institutional event. All that and more is on the way.
Atom Radio, ooh yeah, playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denholm.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Anyway, I want to talk to you about social media. At the weekend, my friend Nikki got me into TikTok, which I must say I have not used before, right? I've got Snapchat, which is sharing photos and videos, and that'll do for me, right? But then I've got TikTok on my phone now. Somebody is going to have to explain to me what will you do with it. I mean, she said just post a daily video every day. But the thing is, right now, I'm not doing anything that's interesting or video-wise, really, am I? Other than doing my show, I'm just following the advice and staying at home and doing nothing. There's not really enough at home that's interesting to be able to do a daily video of. So, what is the point? Somebody explain to me on air at atomradio.co.uk, what is the point of TikTok?
Drivetime with Mark Denholm.
In the news, somebody is complaining that they had to cancel their wedding because of coronavirus. Would you rather be alive and still engaged, or would you rather be married, you and your husband and all of your friends contacting coronavirus? I guess you'd rather just wait and get married at another time. This is good news, though. A medical fetish company said it has donated its entire stock of disposable scrubs to the NHS. MedFet UK did it after being contacted by procurement representatives struggling to find the right equipment amid the coronavirus pandemic. Writing about it on Twitter, the company said, "Today we donated our entire stock of disposable scrubs to an NHS hospital. It was just a few sets because we don't carry large stocks, but they were desperate, so we sent them free of charge." You see, there's a good news story as well. I think the genuine medical need is probably higher right now than the medical fetish need, I would imagine.
Mark Denholm with Drivetime.
Now, you know how we are, of course, stuck in isolation, stay at home, etc., etc. One man had a goal of running a marathon, and he's achieved it. 27-year-old guy who has run the marathon, Sam Hustler his name is, has run a half marathon. This is, I just got to be specific here, half marathon, that's 13.1 miles. He's run it on his 4-meter long East London balcony, running roughly 5.5 lengths each way. There was a London Landmarks half marathon to be held yesterday. The coronavirus, obviously, the pandemic has stopped it being held. He said, though, I wasn't giving up on it. There was going to be 14,000 other runners, and I certainly wasn't going to give up on it. So this guy has run 5,500 lengths each way of his balcony to complete the marathon, running for a children's hospice while self-isolating. Do you know what? Sam, top work. Hopefully you have raised a lot of money for charity by doing that.
Mark Denholm.
I'm just thinking, DJ Fresh. Okay, obviously a DJ name. I don't think his name was Mr. Fresh, was it? DJ Ironic, obviously a DJ name. And I have DJ'd for years and years and years, and I never bothered with all of that. Just used my name. It was good enough, when my parents gave it to me, it's good enough now. I just use my name. But I would ask, for a Tuesday, if you were going to be a DJ, and let's be honest, 99.9% of the population now think they can, thanks to virtual DJ. If you were going to be a DJ, though, what would your DJ name be? All right, so you're setting yourself up as a DJ. what would your DJ name be? DJ what? On air at atomradio.co.uk.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
There is, by the way, we were talking about DJ names. I have to say, there is a guy called DJ Corona who was performing in 2020. Don't know if he still is or not. But anyway, what an unfortunate name right now.
Mark Denham with Drivetime.
Good news, a 76-year-old man thought he'd lost his wedding ring 20 years ago. He thought he'd lost it on the train. He has been reunited with it after a metal detectorist. Is that a word, detectorist? I don't know. He discovered it in a field next to the guy's former home. The 50-year-old Tyrone Holman found it in a field in Sussex near where the man used to live. He was convinced that he had left it in the toilet cubicle of the train that he took between Liverpool Street and Diss in Norfolk back in 2000. However, it was found just 10 days ago. Voice is going. It was found just 10 days ago in under half a mile from the guy's home. I mean, that's like an amazing story, isn't it now, you know? I am wondering, though, if in the 20 years, has he replaced his ring, like with another one? Or, you know, is he still waiting for it? The guy spent 876 quid, though, on the metal detector. I had no idea they were that expensive. Wow, what a lot of money.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
I've come to the conclusion that while so many people are working from home and that, and you see experts interviewed on TV, there's the BBC family, of course, the Professor Robert Kelly, whose family burst in on an interview a few years ago, who did it to him again the other day. But I was just thinking, right, there is absolutely no way, and it's just as well I am an expert, because I am not an expert, rather. There is no way I could be interviewed on anything because I don't have a bookcase behind me. I mean, to look intelligent and to look an expert, apparently you have to have a bookcase. I don't even own a bookcase at home, so there's no way I could be interviewed on anything of any intelligent nature because I wouldn't fit the bill without my bookcase.
Mark Denham.
atomradio.co.uk.
Atom Radio together, remotely, separately. I want to shout out the UK Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, who posted a tweet earlier today on his official @BorisJohnson account. This morning, I chaired the first ever digital cabinet. Our message to the public is stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. #stay home, save lives. Nothing wrong with that. He shared a screenshot of his virtual cabinet meeting on Zoom, including the ID for that meeting, which obviously all of the cabinet members have, so they can join in with the meeting. Everybody else then has been frantically trying to guess the password and join in the UK cabinet meeting.
Mark Denham.
atomradio.co.uk.
And you know, I mentioned the other day about people with haircuts and that, like how you can get personal training videos and all that online now so you can keep fit. And hairdressers so far aren't doing how to cut your hair online courses. But I was just thinking, right, as a bald man, with my either with my clippers, I could do 2 videos, couldn't I? One with my clippers, one with my razor, and I could show you, like, here is the perfect haircut. So you imagine if all the ladies follow that, there'll be a lot of bald ladies coming out of lockdown, won't there? It might be a thing to do. I might work on that one.
Atom Radio. Drive Time with Mark Denham.
A lot of people are obviously on lockdown and they're getting bored, and it would appear that they are taking it out on their cats, because whilst we have seen cats, I would say, abused before by having their fur coloured and all sorts, and well, it's horrible if you ask me. Now, people are taking to their cats with clippers and such and giving them what are called either dragon cuts or dino cuts, where you basically shave the cat except for spikes down the spine of the cat, consequently making them look dinosaur-like. I mean, like, firstly, I know my cat would never, ever let me do that. Like, there would be such a fight and I would be in pieces if I tried to do that to my cat, I'm sure. But seriously, like, I know you're bored on lockdown and everything, but turning your cat into some, like, dinosaur dragon lookalike thing, how's that fair on the cat, and why are you doing it?
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
I did speak to someone the other day, and we were saying, like, you know how here in the UK we have this stay-at-home thing where you have to stay at home unless you're going out for an absolutely necessary reason or for your one exercise thing per day, right? And I know other countries in the world are also in quarantine What we said was, now the way it was done in the UK, Boris Johnson appeared on the TV in what was, I'm certain, a pre-recorded speech and said, I'm asking you now, or I'm telling you now, to stay at home. Right? Okay? And that was effective immediately. Everything else they'd done, like they'd announced, say, social distancing commencing from midnight. And they'd also announced, pubs, leisure centres, cinemas, places like that, restaurants, all to close from midnight. Lockdown was immediate. So stay at home. What we were saying was, wouldn't it be nice though if we'd have been said you've got a couple of hours now to choose an isolation buddy. So those that live on their own weren't isolated on their own. That would have been cool, wouldn't it? But then who on earth would you have picked?
Mark Denham.
Well, hey, we made it to Friday, and not only did we make it to Friday, today is also the start of the school holiday. Oh, no, wait, forget that.
Atom Radio. Drive Time with Mark Denholm.
I was just thinking about Eurovision, all right? Eurovision 2020 cancelled. Eurovision, let's be honest, people who win it very rarely go on to do anything. And yet it's taken so seriously for something that is basically corny rubbish. So my thoughts are, rather than cancelling Eurovision 2020, just hold it over Zoom. Everyone could just get together on the night, wherever it was, and they could have a host on one of the Zoom windows, and everybody else could just sing from their front room. How about that? I have solved Eurovision 2020.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
But I want to ask, while you're working from home, ladies, are you still, doing your hair and your makeup and that and dressing up smart? And guys, are you still, having a shave and putting a shirt and tie on, all that? Or if you just thought, stuff it, working from home, I don't care if I'm, on video call or whatever. I'm just going to wear a T-shirt and I've not shaved for 2 weeks. What's going on? Here I am, just scruffy as usual with my unshaven look. Come on, ladies, gents, what are you doing for working from home?
Mark Denham with Drive Time.
It is Easter holidays now. Officially, schools would have finished, therefore, technically it's Easter holidays, which will be a staycation because there are no vacations, only staycations. I have a great idea, though, for your Easter holidays, right? And this is something that you could do where you could visit many, many places that you wanted to go according to your social media, all right? Grab a photo, just go on Google, right? And Google, let's say you wanted to go to Bondi Beach. Google Bondi Beach, go to the images, share your screen up on the television screen, and then just pose in front of it and take a selfie on Bondi Beach. And then maybe on Tuesday, you could have a selfie in Mauritius. Maybe you could have a selfie in Ibiza, maybe in New York Central Park, you see. That's how you get your holiday done this year. So when you look back next year at your Facebook memories, you think, wow, that was an awesome holiday, wasn't it, last year? atomradio.co.uk. Now, if you are a fan of Eurovision, you can't say I've not just solved it for you, can you? That stream from Zoom that could be broadcast on the telly around the world, Eurovision is absolutely solved and safe. Because let's be honest, it's that naff, it'd make no difference if they were performing in front of an audience or in their front room. That's just my honest opinion. And going back, I do genuinely also think we should have been given the opportunity, if we are single people who live on our own, we should have been given the opportunity to buddy up with someone for lockdown, because it's 3 weeks at a minimum. And I do genuinely think the people that live on their own should have been given the opportunity. Pick someone, anyone that you want to buddy up with for lockdown. See? That would have been how I would have done it if I was Prime Minister of this country. But then if I was Prime Minister of this country, I wouldn't have given away my Zoom conference stream ID either. Listen, keep yourself safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. It is on iTunes, on Google, and on Spotify as well. Stay indoors. Follow the advice, whatever country you're in, whatever government you're under. Follow the advice. Keep yourself, your family, your friends, and everyone safe, and I'll see you next week with episode 83 of the podcast. Don't forget to check out the show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday from 3 until 7, and that's UK time.
Atom Radio. Ooh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denham.
Atom